Louis ran back on stage and jumped on a speaker and just said, guys, can I just say, and he was stood standing there and he was just thanking us all so much for being part of it. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is actually one that I've been desperate to film for so long, because this is like one of these things that was like such a once in a lifetime experience for me, and I am forever grateful that I was able to be part of it. And that was Louis Tomlinson's Kill My Mind music video. For those of you who don't know, Louis sent out an email to all his fans who signed up to his newsletter saying, if you'd like to be in my new music video, hit me up, basically. Sent a link, we all applied, and I think he sent it out on the 29th of August, and it was the 30th of August that he was filming the video, so it was like less than 24 hours later we had to be in London for the video. And at the time I was still living in North Yorkshire, and that is a 4-hour journey in the car, on the train. No matter what transport I was going to take, it was a 4-hour journey. So I applied knowing that I could probably get down there quite easily. And unfortunately, I didn't get a ticket. I wasn't accepted in. I was fine though. I was thinking, you know what, it doesn't matter. Whoever's been accepted is super lucky, because there was only 50 people allowed to go. Plus one, so it was roughly 100 people were going to be there. And that was just amazing for the Louis to be part of. But unfortunately my friend Ellie, who also is from the north of England, she lives in Liverpool, couldn't get down to London. So she messaged me to say, look, if I put your name and someone else's name on my confirmation ticket, can you get to London and do you want to go? So I was like, yes please, oh my gosh, thank you so much. So to this day, it's like 2 years this year since it happened, and I'm still so grateful for Ellie for doing that for me. So Ellie, thank you so much for putting my name on that ticket. I literally cannot thank you enough for that. This is where it gets quite amusing, because it was about 8 p.m. I think, and I'd been at work that day, and it was about 8 p.m. when Ellie told me that I basically should put my name on the ticket and I was going to Louis' video shoot. So at 8 o'clock at night, I had to get on my laptop and I had to find either a train or an overnight bus that was going to London literally in the next couple of hours so I could get there on time, because we had to be at this specific venue for 8:30 in the morning. And I was like, I don't know how I'm going to do it. So I booked a bus, an overnight bus, at 12:20 in the morning. That was when it left, and it didn't get to London till about 6:15 in the morning. So I was on this bus for 6 hours. I had 1 hour's sleep. I left my house at 11 o'clock at night, and I was in London for 6:15 in the morning. When I tell you, I was so tired. I have never been so tired in my entire life. But the whole day was just so I was so hyped the whole day, I didn't even notice the tiredness until I was going home. I fell asleep on the bus home, and I was just like, I don't know how I did this today, but I did it, and I'm asleep. I just want to curl up in a ball and sleep. But I was actually meeting up with a lot of my friends in London, because at the time there was quite a big group of us that had all got accepted to Louis' video. So we all met up outside this venue, like roughly 8:30. People have just arrived from Sony as well, so we're not really sure what's going to happen now, but it's nearly 8:30, which is the time we were told to arrive. So let's see what happens. Let's see where we end up going. I literally don't know what's going to happen. They're probably going to take this camera and my phone off me, so I won't be able to film anything inside, obviously. And yeah, I'm just so grateful to be here, because there's literally probably going to be 100 or less than 100 of us here, and it's just so crazy how intimate it's going to be. I'm just super grateful. And then obviously as time went on, more and more people arrived. There ended up being about 100 people outside this venue, and we were like, oh my gosh, it kind of started to sink in then that we were actually going to be in Louis' music video. And it was for a song that we'd never heard before, so we knew it was going to be for his new single. So we were like, are we going to get to hear his new single, or is he just going to make us do something random to no music whatsoever, and we're only going to hear the single when it gets released. So anyway, we were told to arrive for 8:30 and everyone got there for 8:30, and then we ended up, the venue they told us to meet us at wasn't the venue we were filming the video at, so we were like, why? So just after 8, I think it was, they checked everyone in, checked our names, our ID, made sure we're all on the system to be let in, and then these 2 double-decker buses pull up, and we were just like, what are these buses doing here? And they were like, right, everyone get on the bus. And we're like, okay. You know, your parents teach you not to go with strangers, and the first thing we did was get on a bus with a load of strangers. I don't know. You know, you just, yeah, you do things. You do things for these boys, okay? You do things. So we got on this bus at about 9 AM. Again, I'd had an hour's sleep. I was half really tired and half really hyped to be in this video. I was with all my friends. It was just an absolutely incredible, crazy experience the whole day. Pound school on the bus. We don't know where we're going. They picked us up from the venue and we went around somewhere, and then we came back. We've been on the bus for 40 minutes and we think we're lost. So we got to the venue about just before 10. So we'd been on the bus for an hour, but they'd taken so many wrong turns, and I'm pretty sure we got lost about halfway around the trip. So we were just like, where are we even going? Are we just like, has he just literally called us all down to London for a joke, to drive us around London on this bus, and then he's gonna drop us off like, bye, that was it. But no, that didn't happen. We arrived at the venue at about 10 o'clock, and the second we got there, they said, we want your phones. So we were like, right now? You want our phones right now? And they were like, yeah. So we had to put our phones, cameras, any sort of like electronic device in this bag, so we couldn't leak anything. There was nothing we could have recorded to hear the song, because I think at this point we kind of knew we were probably going to be hearing the song. So so can you imagine, 10 AM we gave them our phones. We didn't leave the video shoot until about 6 PM. So that is literally 7-8 hours we were out without our phones. So we didn't know what was going on in the world. Barely anyone had a watch, so anyone that had a watch, we were running over to them like, what time is it, please? And we were literally sitting, it was Printworks in London, so we're sitting outside Printworks probably for a good 5 hours before they asked us to go in to finally film the video. So you can imagine, it was August, it was bright sunshine, so it was such a nice day, but we were all so tired from getting up so early. We were just like, oh my god, the time was going so slow. You know when you're like, you know the day of a gig, when like you wake up and you're like, oh my god, it's the day of a gig, it's the day of a gig, and the day goes so slowly. That's what it was like, and it was just like, we just want it to start so it can be over in a way. Like, we didn't want it to be over, but we kind of did, because we were all just like, I don't know what's going on. None of us knew what was happening. Throughout the day, crew members were kind of coming in and out of Printworks, you know. They weren't really telling us anything, because one, we didn't know what to ask, and two, we didn't know what was going on really. Like, we didn't really know what we were going to be doing. And we knew they had extras, as well as fans. We knew they had extras as well, because they fed us, which I thought was really nice. You know, they gave us all food. They had like a big buffet table out, and they gave us all some food. They made sure we had loads of water. No shade though, we had no shade whatsoever. We were all sitting on these picnic benches in bright sunshine, and we were just like, it's so hot. I was wearing like a suit jacket and jeans. Who wears jeans in the middle of summer? Why was that a good idea in my head? Anyway, at one point during the day, the actual director for the music video came out and like was going all around the table, so we were all kind of whispering to each other, who is he, what's he doing? Like, he was showing people his phone. We were like, what's he doing? We don't know what he's doing. And then he eventually came over to our table and he showed us his phone and said, this is the stage layout, this is what the music video is going to look like. And we're like, oh my gosh. We were like looking, and it was this massive stage with all like instruments out, and we were just like, what's So what's the music video going to be then? Like, we don't understand. So he was just like, basically what Louis wanted was he wanted it to be like a concert club night type thing, where he was performing and he had people in the crowd. And that's why you guys are here, because he wanted his fans to be in the video. And we were just like, we were so grateful, honestly. So he kind of went off and went round to the rest of the tables and was like, oh, thank you so much for telling us. Oh my god, that's so amazing. Throughout the day, honestly, like, despite it being absolutely boiling and us not really knowing what was going on, it was such a lovely day, because not only like did I have like the group of friends that I'd kind of gone with, but there was so many other people from Stanford that I knew there, so it was just so nice. It was like a big social picnic in a way. So like I was just going around all different picnic benches saying hi to everyone I knew, seeing how everyone was, and like people I'd not seen in literally ages were there. So it was just so nice, like being able to catch up with everyone. And all in all, yeah, I think it was an amazing day. Like I say, it was just like a big Stanford picnic, and honestly, I'd do it again. Even though it was boiling hot, I would 100% do it again. I wish I could remember what time they actually told us to come into the video, but I really can't. I think it was probably about 2, 3 o'clock maybe. And we were allowed to go inside. So, if anyone's been to Printworks before, you'll know roughly the layout of it. But for those who don't know, Printworks is like, it's like a music venue slash nightclub, but it looks like a warehouse. So when we were finally allowed in, I can't even tell you, it was so cold in there. We were like, oh my gosh, I've never ever been so grateful for cold before in my entire life. So they basically told us to come in, sit down, and we sat and chilled for probably about half an hour just next to these stairs. And then after that they were like, off you go, up the stairs, round this corner, you'll see the stage, run straight towards the stage. So that's what we did. It was basically like a gig. So we got up there, up the stairs, went round the corner, looked at the stage, and all the extras were kind of standing on the front, probably first 3 rows, because I think Louis had kind of dressed them to kind of fit like how he dresses, so quite like, you know, crop tops, joggers, trainers, you know, quite Louis fashion. So all of us were kind of standing, circling round the extras like that, and all the extras were in the middle with the stage right in front of us all. So we're probably standing there for no more than 5 minutes. Then Louis' band comes on, Louis comes on, and we were like, woo, Louis, woo! And it was like so great, and he was kind of waving to everyone, really happy to see us all and everything. And then we hear this ticking, like tick, 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 and then Kill My Mind starts playing. So when I tell you, we're all just stood there like, for the full 3 minutes of the song. It was hilarious. The atmosphere, we were all so buzzing, but we didn't know the song, so we were kind of just jumping in silence. And then it got to like the bridge where it's like, kill my. So that's the only part we were able to sing for like the first few times he played it. But I think I counted how many times he played it. I'm pretty sure we heard it like 9 times. So by the 3rd play, we all just knew the words, so because they had to keep filming different parts of it, like Louis was walking to different parts of the stage. It was quite interesting to kind of see how it all works, and like what the director was making everyone do, and like Louis was stopping halfway through the song sometimes to kind of say, oh, can we retake that because I didn't like what I did here. So it was really nice to kind of see. But yeah, 9 times in a row hearing Kill My Mind, and to know it by like the 2nd, 3rd time, I thought that was quite impressive on like, you know, the Louis part. I was like, oh yeah, we're good at this. You could tell as well that Louis was like so grateful to have his fans in there, because not only were we kind of hyping him up, but by the time we knew the song, I think he was just loving the fact that we were all singing along. So he was kind of like trying to get us all hyped up, and he was like looking and speaking to everyone in the crowd and just being really interactive with us all. And it was so like, it was just being Louis. You know what Louis is like, he's so interactive with his fans, and that's just exactly how he is online and in real life. He's just great. He's amazing, Louis, with his fans, honestly. He's such a great guy. And I think he was just loving that we all knew the song so quickly, and like there were some parts where like his band were kind of looking at each other like, how have they all learnt the song so fast? They not even read the lyrics, I don't even know it. And like even the extras were like, what's going on? These guys are like, they know this song already and we've only been in here like 10 minutes. So that was hilarious to see. And like I said before, it was so interesting to see how everything worked, because they were moving extras around to kind of like get a good aesthetic in a way, and like they had two main people. If you've seen, you know, the kind of like videos that kind of all line up together, you'll know the two main people. So they were moving those two around constantly, and yeah, they were just moving people around the crowd all the time, just literally, like I said, to fit the sort of aesthetic they had in their minds. So we were probably in there for like 2-3 hours, just purely because of that, which is why we ended up hearing Kill My Mind so many times. And like the ticking at the start of the song, at first we all thought it was part of the song and it sounded really good and like it really fit Kill My Mind, but it was just the cameras counting in, and I'm kind of gutted that it wasn't part of the song because it really did sound good with the ticks. But oh well, it doesn't even matter, because Kill My Mind literally is probably one of my favourite Louis singles. 100% has to be, not even because of this music video experience, but just because of the song itself, because it's just so good. When the music video actually came out, you can't see like the fans really. You can see our arms and stuff and like our heads, and you might be able to see the odd face or whatever, but you couldn't see like us. But then when they released the behind the scenes footage, you can actually see me standing on the front row with my friends, just like looking at Louis, just like smiling at him, because I was just so grateful to be there, and like there was no way I could kind of thank him, because he was, not that he was far away, but he probably couldn't hear me, so I was just standing there with this like smile, just thinking, I really hope he knows I'm not just smiling at him really creepily and I'm actually trying to say thank you through my smile. But it was really lovely, because at the end of it, because about halfway through the video they were kind of finished with Louis' filming parts, and all they really wanted was the band on stage and to film bits with the extras. So Louis kind of went off stage, but was standing on the side so we could all see him, and he was standing at the side watching, and he was kind of directing a little bit as well, which is quite cool, because I've never seen Louis in that kind of way, you know. I've only ever really seen Louis as we know him, just as a performer. So it was quite nice to see him kind of directing and being really, really involved with his music video. When they were finished filming, they were kind of done with us all, then they basically ready to tell us all to go home. Louis ran back on stage and jumped on a speaker and just said, guys, can I just say, and he was stood standing there and he was just thanking us all so much for being part of it. And that's on the behind the scenes where you can actually see me standing there on the barrier just smiling at him, and I'll insert that clip here. And unfortunately they cut it off just as Louis jumped off the speaker, but when he jumped off the speaker he came straight over to us, because he was standing right in front of us, came straight over to us and grabbed all our hands. And when I say grabbed, I actually mean he grabbed my hand and squeezed it, and I was like, ow, ow, if you break my hand that's fine, you know, I can at least tell people Louis Tomlinson broke my hand, but please don't break my hand because it hurts. So that was so lovely that he just made sure that to thank us all, not only like individually but as a whole group. So yeah, that was basically like my experience. Honestly, I really wish I could relive it. Like in so many ways I wish we were allowed our phones so I could have filmed the whole experience, but in so many other ways I feel like the experience wouldn't have been as special if we had our phones, because we'd have just literally, all we'd have been doing was just on our phones and not really taking in the whole experience. So I'm so glad they actually did take our phones and cameras and everything away, so we're able to really live in the moment and really experience being in a Louis Tomlinson music video, because, you know, not many chances like that ever really come up. So again, I'm just so grateful to have been able to be there and be able to go, even if I did only have 1 hour's sleep in the whole day. That doesn't matter, I would do it 100 times over if it meant I could relive that sort of experience again. after Louis did his big thank you speech and we kind of were all ushered out, they gave us our phones back. They gave us little raffle tickets to put in with the little bags that we had our phones in, and then we kept the other half, so then we could say, oh, I'm number 57, and then they'd give us phone number 57. So after that, literally, we were all so exhausted, we pretty much all just went straight home. Like, I met up with everyone at the end of it and was like, oh my god, how amazing was that? And we were all just kind of saying how amazing it was and how happy we were to be there. And then we just pretty much all said our goodbyes and then headed home. I think I got home, I don't even know what time I got home. All I know is that I fell asleep on the bus and I was just messaging my mum saying, I just really want to get in bed and go to sleep. And I had work the next day, like the next 3 days I had to go to work. So after getting home, probably, I don't think I got home till like 8-9 o'clock at night, and I went pretty much straight to bed. I then had to wake up the next day and go to a 10 AM shift. I know that sounds quite late in the morning, but when you've only had an hour's sleep in about nearly 48 hours, you know, it's quite a tiring experience. So I went to work the next day just like, I was in London yesterday filming a music video, and everyone was like, what, really? And I was like, yeah, so check it out because I'm probably going to be in it, which I wasn't really, but I don't even care because I was there, so I'm just grateful for that. I didn't even care that I wasn't in it. I just was so grateful to be there. But yeah, that was pretty much my experience, really. I mean, there's nothing else really to say. I'm still like kind of speechless from it. Like, I don't even know what to kind of say about it because I'm just so like still overwhelmed with the fact that I was even there. But yeah, thank you again to Ellie for giving me her ticket. I honestly could never thank her enough. And obviously thank you to Louis for giving everyone this opportunity, because as a lot of you may know, I am a Niall stan, but I do support all the boys. So kind of looking at it, if I was going to look at it from a Louis stan's point of view, it is honestly just something so amazing that these girls and boys can look back on and just be like, Louis really let us be in his music video. And honestly, just to you guys, because Louis, you do deserve it. Because we weren't allowed to film, I've literally just gone on my laptop to have a look at some of my tweets from this day, and there's so much I actually forgot about. One, I've just realised that I didn't actually get home until 1 o'clock in the morning apparently. I thought it was like 8 or 9. It wasn't, it was 1 AM, so that was late. That was a very late one. The second thing is, we didn't listen to Kill My Mind 9 times, we listened to it about 15 times. See, this is what happens when I don't record things. I just forget. So, you know, this is bad. And then the next thing is, and this is actually really sweet, and I totally forgot this even happened with all the excitement of everything else that was going on, but me and my friend actually held hands, like literally like that, during the final chorus of Kill My Mind when they played it for the very last time. And Louis looked down at us and just like gave us a massive grin and like pointed like that. And I just think that's so sweet that he like acknowledged us in that way, because we were just kind of like, we were kind of doing that just because we were so happy and just like squeezing each other's hands like, this is really happening, like, oh my goodness. And it was just really nice that Louis acknowledged us in that way, and he's just so sweet. One little thing I did forget to mention when Louis was up on the speaker, and I can't believe I forgot this, but not only did he thank us, but he told us he loved us so much. And I know he says that all the time, but when he does say it, he really does mean it, doesn't he? And like, it was so cute. So that concludes my being in a Louis Tomlinson music video experience. I really do hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. If you haven't noticed, I am wearing my Louis merch because this is a Louis vlog, so I have to do it, don't I, really? I really do hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, please subscribe down below. Give this video a massive thumbs up if you enjoy content like this. Leave me a comment down below. I would absolutely love to hear from you guys, and please don't forget to follow me on social media and send me a message on there. My links are in the description below. I just want to end this vlog, as I usually would, by saying follow your passion, make it happen, and I will see you all next week. Bye!